Welcome to the CommonApp video part 3, focusing on the activity section. Today we want to just go over how do you really refine the activity section and show off your students' attributes, what they've been up to over the last 4 years. This is an important piece of showing colleges what you have to offer them. So when you log into the CommonApp, you want to go to the CommonApp tab right here, go down to activity sections, and you can start building your activity section. When you first come in, there'll be no activities here, and you can just click here to add activities. You can add up to 10 activities, and you can see here the activity type. There's a large variety. So you can go through and take a look before you get started. There's dance, culture, debate, internships, research, all kinds of categories here and activity types. There's also a category for other. Remember, it's not just the clubs and activities that you've done 9th through 12th grade that are in school, but it also includes things outside of school, maybe like an instrument or some other community service that you don't do with your high school, or some other activity like an internship or job shadowing. So here you would pick one of the activities and you would start filling in the position, right? The leadership. So right here you could put in member. This is going to be the math club of the math team, right? And let's say you were selected as leader in 12th grade. So that's how you indicate 12th. You can use the parentheses or not. Just if you decide to use the parentheses, be consistent with it throughout the activity section, right? And you can start filling in the details here. Many times when we look at Common Apps from students that have come in without any help, they just put 1 or 2 lines in here. There's only 100 characters, so we want to show you how to quantify what you've done and make it an action-packed statement in under 100 characters. So here the student attends meetings, right? Completes math packs at home to prepare for the competitions, trains with members, competes 5 times per season, right? And you can add all of the details in here. 1 states in the year that you want it in. And that gives admissions quite a bit of detail. It becomes very action-packed and quantitative. Here you would select the grade levels that you've done this in, and if you intend to do it in 12th, you could indicate that here. You would come in and put, when do I do this? Do I do this during the school year, during the break, all year, or a combination? We're going to say school year. I want you to be very careful when you're calculating and quantifying hours and weeks. So think about the weeks that you meet, the practices, and then the competitions, and try to average that out over the amount of weeks that you do this. So let's say this happens over 10 weeks, and there's practices once a week, and then there's some competitions throughout, so we'll say, and then there might be some practicing at home. So let's say the student spends 5 hours a week over a 10-week period preparing for this. Here you will indicate if you intend to participate in something similar at the college level or not. So right now we're going to say no, but there is a formula for this. So how many activities you have, you should only select about 30% of them as yes. That's important, and later on we'll show you how to order them as well. So here you can say, let's look at some of the other activities we put in here so you can get an idea of how to describe them. This is a student that participated in music and some of it has been self-taught. So what does the student do? They are producing, writing, and playing music since 5th grade, so we snuck that in there, right? They're self-taught on a variety of instruments. And so up here, there's 50 characters that you can use, and we snuck in some of the instruments, so we didn't have to use the 100 characters below. Taken music theory classes online, recorded 15 original works. You can see here how long the student has been doing it, but remember, up here, we let them know they've been doing it since 5th grade. So this is one way to show off your activities outside of school. And then over here, you can see this is a school sport because it says JV varsity. That's the type we selected. We selected the type of sport. It's basketball. And we also put in here captain. The student was selected as captain in 12th grade, that it's the high school team, that they've been working on varsity, 10th through 12th grade. So this is how we can really quantify what the student has been doing, the grades, once again, that they've been doing it, the hours and the weeks. Later, you will go ahead and number the activities. So you want to number the activities in order of importance to you. That will typically and naturally be the ones that you have the most depth in or you've spent the most time with. Sometimes it's not, but you should order them in importance to you. You can move them up and down right here with the up and down buttons. And then here's a little sneak peek. You can take a look at it by hitting the preview button. And another little trick here is if you have to do non-common app applications in this section, you can actually copy and paste and use that as your template to build your other non-common app applications. So I hope that you get started on your activity section. It does take a while to develop, and we would like to wish you much success with building this and showing off your skill set.